What's up guys, welcome back to the channel. I just wanted to do a video explaining this setup in this transition area. I've got a stand over my right shoulder here. As you can see, it's tucked back in those maples. I hung that on Friday. Today's Sunday. So I'm back here putting the final touches on this spot. I'm going to hang a mock vine scrape here and explain kind of the setup here. And this will be my last time before I come in and hunt it in late October. So I actually took this aspen and bent it over, and I'm actually going to tie it right here to this hinge cut cream-toe willow, and I'll tie it down, and then I'm going to run my rope over here, and I'll hang my vine right from here. And this is basically a big transition zone. I've got a trail that comes around here, and then there's a trail that comes through here that's all seeded in clover and brassicas, and there's another clover trail right over there on the back side of these hinge cuts close to the sand. So it's just a big transition funnel point for these deer before they head out into my destination food plot that I've got. So I'll explain this more on my digital habitat plan that I created for this property. So I'll take you through each aspect. I've got another trail over there, like I said, and another scrape over there. So I'll show you that. I'll show you my entry and exit route, getting in and out of my stand, how I'm going to hunt it. We'll see how this plays out this year. I'm really excited for this spot. I've also got a food plot over here to my left shoulder with screening, and I'll pan around and show you that too. Fasten it to the tree, and then I can actually adjust my height by adjusting where I strap this on this hinge. Alright, so now that I've got this all adjusted, it's nice and strong. It's tied into my point here. So now I can adjust my height here using this string based on where I want to put this right here. Another great tip when you're doing hanging these chunks of vine is I typically take a knife or these cutters right here, and I'll take a little ring out of this, that little notch. That way that string can sit in there and it won't slip up and down in there. I found this to be a really good height. Your bucks and your does. I typically, when I'm doing these in the September and stuff like that, the fawns are plenty old enough now, and they'll come up and hit these, and they're plenty tall enough to be able to reach them. During the summer and the spring, I typically have them a little bit lower just so those fawns can come hit them too. So this is my entry and exit trail. You can see it comes right through there. Comes right down through here. This is all raked down, completely quiet. This is the base of the tree I can hitch on and climb right up into the stand. So should be a great spot. I got cover all the way around me. So here's a shot up in the stand. There's my scrape down there that I showed you. Got shooting lanes cut through here. I can shoot down to this trail right here. I can shoot all the way to that mock scrape we just created. Got shots down to this trail here, and then all the way over in this reed canary grass. So It's a pretty awesome spot. Looking forward to it. Alright guys, so now I'm back on my phone where I can give you a little bit better aerial view of this. So right down here is right where I put that mock vine scrape that I just showed you. And this is basically where several of these trails intersect and connect before they lead out to this a couple food plots here, and then I've got a big destination food source out here that's all broke up and compartmentalized, which will eventually be in more switchgrass and such like that. So getting back to this area, my entry and exit trail is pretty simple. It comes right through these white pines right around this little swamp area, and I can sneak into here basically undetected. I've got 180 degrees of white pines and red pines all the way around, and when I actually trim this stand out, I put a lot of the brush up so I can get in and out of here without any deer that are bedded in fairly close proximity to see me. This will probably be mainly a morning spot. I will probably rarely hunt this on an evening because I probably won't be able to get in here, and I don't want to bust deer or especially a mature buck out of this area. So getting back to the design part of this, there is an apple tree that is right there that's got a scrape and it's loaded full of apples this year. And the blue line is a buck sneak trail. The orange is all basically hinge cut bedding, and some of it's just autumn olive. These two buck beds right here, those are buck beds that I scouted during the summer months, and I went in there and cleared them out and made them basically into a 5-star hotel. There was lots of hair in them. They were just stereotypical buck beds, high and dry, in close proximity to doe beds. So I'm really hoping that these bucks are going to end up choosing this as a spot to bed this fall, and I'm pretty confident in that they're gonna be bedding there when I come in and hunt this fall. So basically, the whole goal is for me to hunt this on a wind that's coming down towards these bucks, and kind of right where that red dot is. I want my wind coming down towards, and that puts the wind in my advantage and in these bucks' advantage, because I want these bucks completely comfortable getting up from their bed and coming down this blue sneak trail that comes right past my stand, comes around, and then hits the mock scrape. Or even if they come out and they come into this small plot to feed, let's say there's some does out here, they might come out, and I've got another trail that cuts through right here and comes out to this food source. If they come out there in the evening, I can see that from my stand, and this is all screened off over here, either hinge cut or I've got an annual screening. And one way or another, these bucks are going to end up coming down to this conversion point right here before heading out to the destination food source in the evening. So that's kind of the whole setup here. I'm looking forward to this spot being successful this year, and we'll see how it goes. I appreciate it, guys.